Hey YouTube! So Jack is now 15 months old, so we are due for an update. So at his 12-month doctor's appointment, he was like 23 pounds, 6 ounces. And now at his 15-month appointment, he was 25 pounds. So his weight gain is picking back up again. Like 9 to 12 months, he had only gained like 6 ounces or like less than a pound. And we weren't really that concerned about it, but his weight had definitely slowed down, or his weight gain had slowed down. And so now it's finally starting to pick back up, which is great. And his height is really, like, he is just shooting up really fast. And I could definitely tell that he was having a growth spurt with his height because his 18-month pajamas used to be, like, there's like all this slack in the little footy part. And now it's just really tight. His arms, like, yeah, 18 months is too small for him now. He is in like size 24 months for the most part. So yeah, he is 32.5 inches tall, so he's a pretty tall boy. Definitely glad that we switched out of his... Yeah, Mama's talking about you. So yeah, he's growing great. His sleeping habits are pretty much the same as they've been before. And co-sleeping is going really, really well. In fact, I'm kind of disappointed that we didn't start it sooner. I kind of wish we had because he'll still wake up once a night for... Yeah, he'll still wake up once a night to breastfeed. And that hasn't changed. That's what he was doing when he was in his own room. You want to talk? Yeah. You're a good little vlogger. Go get it. Here, you put the stars on. And sorry, that's what he was doing when he was in his own room, and that's pretty much the same exact thing that he does in our bed. Except now, when he wakes up to nurse, he used to have to wake up completely and get to the point that he was crying, because that's how I would know that he was wanting to nurse. I would hear him on the monitor, you know, whimpering or crying, and I'd get up and go nurse him. But now he doesn't have to wake up fully at all because I'm just right there, and I don't even need to be awake for him to do what he's got to do. He crawls right up to me and he will latch on his own. So sometimes I don't even fully wake up. Most of the time it's just like I roll over if I can feel him there and I can tell that he wants to nurse. So yeah, I mean, it's just so much easier for me. And I think that I could definitely tell that I mean, what baby wouldn't want their food right there and wouldn't want their source of cuddles right there? So we're really enjoying it. So if you haven't figured out already, yes, we are still nursing, going strong at 15 months, with really no end in sight, at least in the near future. He still nurses quite frequently. His eating habits with solid foods have really picked up though in the last 3 months. Like, it just seems like his interest has really just kind of exploded. He's really into using utensils. He just pretty much wants to do everything that he sees adults doing with food, which just makes it that much easier for me because we can just, as long as it's not too spicy, we can pretty much give him the same foods that we eat. Some of them he likes, some of them he doesn't, but it's all kind of just like a learning process at this point. We don't do like a ton of supplemental fluids like milk or water or anything, but he has tried it here and there. Hi. Is Mama talking to somebody about you? He doesn't use a sippy cup, and we were using like the Thank Baby transition cup for a while, but he won't take that anymore. He just wants to either drink out of a regular glass or anything with a straw. So we'll give him like maybe a half cup of water or a half cup of like almond milk he really likes. He has tried cow's milk, but we don't really buy it. My husband and I don't really drink a ton of cow's milk ourselves, so we just don't have a reason to have it around very much. So, I mean, that's really the only reason why he's not drinking like a ton of that. But yeah, it's still mostly breast milk, and I would give him My Express breast milk in a cup, but I'm no longer pumping. I don't have like a freezer stash anymore. Well, I take that back. I do have like a couple 100 ounces left in the freezer. All of it was pumped when I had Thrush, unfortunately. So yeah, I'm not pumping anymore. I thought I was done at the beginning of June, but it turned out that I was starting to wake up engorged again. So I started pumping again because nobody wants to walk around with, well, maybe some people do. I don't want to walk around engorged all day. It's just not very comfortable. And so I pumped for a good another month and a half, almost 2 months, till the end of July. I was getting like 5 extra ounces a day. I went a couple days without pumping, and then I'd pump, and then I went like a week without pumping, and then right before we went to Canada, I pumped for the last time. And I think if I'd made an effort to continue, whoa, don't hurt kitten, sweetie. Oh God. I think if I'd made an effort to continue pumping, I probably, could still be doing it now, but I was really, really ready to let it go. So, yeah, no longer pumping. Jack's nursing quite frequently. We're still going to go the child-led weaning route. Pretty much every month farther that we make it with nursing, I just cherish it now, because we're not TTC quite yet, but I do have this fear in the back of my mind that when I do finally get pregnant, that my milk supply is going to dry up. And I know plenty of people who have nursed through pregnancies and went on to tandem nurse and all that, and that's kind of like a whole nother topic. But I don't know, I just feel like my body is really sensitive to my hormone fluctuations, because I've mentioned in previous videos that whenever my period comes, my supply just kind of goes down to nothing for a couple days. So I just think, I don't know, it's something that I guess we'll just have to figure out when we get there. And like I said, I'm not trying to conceive yet anyway, so. And honestly, that's probably one of the things that is stopping me from getting pregnant right now, is just because I don't want to push him to wean before he's ready. I really, really want it to be like 100% initiated by him. And so yeah, I guess that's pretty normal to kind of cherish your breastfeeding relationship and just really want to protect it. And that's just kind of how I feel about it. I have some notes here. Oh yeah, so with food, he really loves to self-feed. He doesn't really like vegetables that much, which I guess is kind of normal, but it's really more of a texture thing with him than a taste thing, because if it's pureed and he can self-feed through one of those little squeeze pouches, he will totally slurp it down. He likes popsicles and all that kind of stuff. As far as like his personality goes, he is definitely developing like a really, really entertaining personality. Like 15 months, like every month farther we get, I always say this is like my favorite stage. He is throwing more tantrums for sure, and like he will let out, if he's doing something he's really not supposed to be doing, and obviously I go to redirect him because I mean, he's too young for like discipline and timeout and all that. So I go to redirect him, and he just screams bloody murder. Like I have to like look around on him for like a bump or a bruise or something, because he sounds as if he's being like murdered. But nope, he's just really upset and really mad, and especially if he's needing a nap, he will go right back for the thing that I just took him away from and try to do it all over again. So that's kind of frustrating, but otherwise he's just like really entertaining. He's in this really funny phase with his speech where he's like, he thinks he's saying full sentences. Sometimes it sounds like he actually says like real English sentences, and like we'll say a phrase and he'll like repeat back like a totally coherent answer, and my husband and I just look at each other like, what? Did he just say that? And it's just kind of crazy. But of course we can't get him to ever like say the same thing twice, because if we prompt him to do it, he doesn't want to do it. So some words that he knows like perfectly are mommy and daddy. Well, not mommy. He says ma, which is how he asks to nurse, because it's mama milk, and he'll just go ma. And then he'll like physically, hold on, my notes are falling down. He will physically take my hand and put it right up here, which is where either I have to unclip my bra or, get the boob out for him. So, and he's pretty persistent about that. He can say dada, especially when my husband calls from work in the middle of the day. He will grab the phone and he'll say dada, and he'll say hi, and he'll say it this really sweet, like little, just hi. He can say bye now. He just started saying that, and he does this wave, but he does like 2 hands, and he does it towards himself. It kind of looks like he's signing for milk, but we haven't taught him any sign language. Like that's one of the things that I wanted to do, but I just never really like educated myself got around to doing. But yeah, he does this, which I guess is sign language for milk, so that's cool. He's very interested. He's the kind of kid that loves to get into everything, and I don't know if it's all kids or if it's just mine, but especially when we were in Texas, I noticed the difference between him and some of the other toddlers there. Like, he's pretty persistent, and he's a ball of energy too. I mean, you guys know he doesn't nap a whole lot. That's just kind of not what he does. He loves mimicking people. He'll take phones and he'll hold them up to his face and just be like, blah, 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 and just have like a whole imaginary conversation. He likes putting on shoes and walking around in them and wearing sunglasses, and it's so cute. Like, he knows when you need to put pants on him now because he'll stick his little legs out. Oh yeah, and he still loves these dogs. Like, he will come up and stick his face out and pucker up for a kiss. It's so cute. I guess that's pretty much it for this update. We'll do another one, I guess, at 18 months. And can you say bye? Can you say bye? Bye. Bye, YouTube. Can you give YouTube a kiss?